Well, I do promise you this video is about the secret tool I have purchased. And so, are you ready to see it? Well, that's fine, because I'm not. So first we have a little bit of mailbag to deal with, because I set these aside because they were for this tool. Notice they have little S's on them. First one is this one. No description of what it is. Yeah, great. Some packing material. I want to be careful with the knife here. Okay, let's take a look at what this is. This looks like it's a BNC extension. Interesting. What could a BNC extension be for? Huh. Well, let's put that aside. And let's check our other package here. This one says test equipment cable. Oh, I do feel some stuff in there though. Let's see if I can manage to not cut my test equipment cable. Ah, yes, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Ooh, it comes in a nice little pouch. So this here is a 20, 40, 60, 100, X1 and X10 passive probe. So it's two probes. Look at that. So this is, well, I don't know, I guess they look quite a bit like an oscilloscope probe to me. But what do I know, right? Okay, good. BNC on that side. I have a BNC extension. It's good. There's the, this here is to adjust the compensation for the capacitance in the probe. They give you a little plastic screwdriver to help with that. I'm not sure what this little thingy is. I think they're new different tips for the end. And you've got different colors. So you get a blue and you get a red. Not sure if this is, yeah, this comes right out like that. So this is adjustable. You can put different tips on there. Kind of like the clippy tip. And there's X1 and X10 switch on the body. These are fairly low quality. I paid, I think I paid 13 bucks for the pair, Canadian. But really, the only thing I've been using up until now, as far as probes, is this guy here. Let me just show you the difference. This is super not flexible cable, and this is even more horrendous. And alligator clips that came with this kit here. I can't complain because the whole kit was very inexpensive. But these guys, look at this, wire is a lot better. The clip function, way better. See that little tooth there? Yeah, this is much better. And you've got a removable ground clip there. Fantastic. So I guess now I should stop stalling and show you what the tool is, huh? Well, let me just get that for you. And at last, here it is. This is the super secret tool. I know it is not anything too special, but you know what? It's special to me. This is a Hitachi V212 analog oscilloscope. Let me just power this on. Should be working. I do have a switching power supply down here, so it could affect the trace. This is analog, right? There's no digitalness about it. And I ordered these probes, like you saw in the mailbag, just to be used on this thing. So we're actually going to find out together whether or not this works. I have tried this oscilloscope out with my cheap probe, the one I showed you guys before. let's see here. I'm gonna try its calibration signal. Okay, so let me see here. Mode. There we go. Channel 1. Volts per division. Let's increase that a little bit. Oh, whoops. Channel 1. Still learning this scope, very much so. Let's see here. You'll have to pardon the bad lighting as well. So like this, and move the vertical position, and there is our test signal. As you can see, we're actually showing it's working. So this dial here is set to, can't really see anymore. Let's see here. Am I amplifying or something? No. So 0.1 volts per division. I feel like this isn't right. I feel like this should be, oh no, here, 0.5 volts. Okay, we're good. So yeah, this is an analog oscilloscope. It's not great compared to digital oscilloscopes in a few ways. Like, first of all, well, you can't really see the up and down lines if they're too quick. You can only see the top lines there, but it does work very similar to a digital oscilloscope. You can't also, you can't pause the waveform, which is kind of annoying, but you get used to it. Having some triggering issues here. There we go. It works though. I mean, it really does work. I paid 40 bucks Canadian, no probe, for this used, and the thing is fantastic. I've been slowly getting used to it, but I don't have that many sources of signals. Sorry, as I work around the camera here. I don't have that many signals to probe. So that was another reason why I wanted the function gen, was to not only practice with my little oscilloscope, it was also to take a look at this oscilloscope. Let's bring this down. We should be on a square wave here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It looks like I need to shrink this. And then change the height. There we go. See, I'm not 100% comfortable with this yet. Amplitude, again, doesn't seem to be doing much. I can do the fine adjustment and the coarse adjustment. So that's a nice square wave, but like I said, you can't see the vertical lines that well. So I'm going to switch here to the sine wave. Hopefully we get a better look at that. Oh yeah, look at that sine wave. Like that. Look at that beauty. And this is up real high. That's probably close to the 65 kilohertz here. Here, let's go as high as we can go, and we'll swap the time. Yep, perfect. Look at that, and there's no bounce really in the signal, not too much at least. Yeah, very, very cool scope. Let's see if we can go even faster. So I'll take this out, go up here. This is cranked up to 3 megahertz, I believe. 1 megahertz. I can't actually read the label from here. But yeah, it is certainly detecting that. You can see some clipping here. I think that's actually the function gen. I don't think it's this scope. You can even magnify the wave. take a look at it way longer. Beautiful. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a tour from what I've gleaned so far. Oh, actually I do want to do one more thing first. Is I've never had more than one probe, so I kind of want to hook up a second probe and see if I can actually get double lines showing up on the screen there. So I'm gonna grab this, go in here. Sorry about the lighting. This is not my usual filming position. Oops, and sorry about knocking the camera around. I might also be getting less loud or louder depending on where I am, because the microphone is stable and I'm not. Alright, so I'm going to grab this like this. Okay, I'm going to actually shove these over. Whoops, grabbing the square wave with that too. Okay, so that should be out of the way. So let's see, can we do... Oh yeah, look at that. There we go, we got both waveforms on the screen at the same time. We can overlap them. We can cut one from the other. We can add both, right, and get more amplitude. That is very interesting. So let me just give you a little bit of a tour around this tool. So trace rotation is kind of like how straight the trace is. You'll notice that this is very sensitive to magnetic fields. So I had actually a magnet way up there where this was actually set, and it was affecting the trace rotation. So I actually had to move it, but then I realized it was the magnet, so I removed the magnet and everything was good. The intensity is kind of like how bright the trace is, and the focus, you can make this sharper or less sharp depending on where it's set. Now the channels themselves, channel 1 and channel 2, are very separate. So everything that's over here is over there, but this would be the volts per division. So that's the big dial here. I think the outside dial has some sort of compensation. Or the inside dial I should say. I'm not 100% sure, but I do have the manual, which I've been reading on and off. Then you've got your ground couple, AC couple, DC couple. You have your position, your Y position, up and down. So it's useful if you're trying to make comparisons or trying to line it up to the lines here so you can make measurements. So the exact same thing exists over here for channel 2. This is another ground lug though. Up here is your time base. So you can have time per division. So each one of these squares are a division, and you can set it pretty freaking fast. Oh yeah, and then this setting all the way down there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's XY. So it's actually, I don't remember if it's multiplying them or what, but it's displaying them as a function of each other. So you see I can change this knob here and this knob here. Oh, that's actually off screen now. And it displays them together, so I can actually bring that back. There we go. Okay, so this here is, I don't actually remember what this does. SWP var. I had read about it in the manual, but I forget. It's been a couple of weeks now. Over here is the X position, so you can look at it where it's triggering or before or after, and then you pull this and you actually zoom in on the waveform. It's pretty interesting stuff. And then here is your trigger. TVV and TVH are the vertical and horizontal lines on a television. So it's literally to trigger on TV signals. Then you got your trigger level. If you go up too high, you'll lose it. Too low, you'll lose it. So it's, it's kind of moving a cursor up and down here. And then there's the source for the trigger, either the internal one, a line one. I think there's a line in the back, and external, so you can actually plug in here a trigger and trigger on that instead of the internal one. So this should be good up to around 20 megahertz, but I believe that's only one channel. I think if you use two channels, then you have to divide that. I think it's 10 per channel. But either way, this is a cool tool. 40 bucks Canadian. Went to pick it up at an engineering firm who, it's funny, I thought they would make fun of me for not really knowing too much about scopes, but as it turns out, they just don't use them anymore, and whoever was using this particular guy has been long gone. So yeah, I finally get to share my top secret tool with you guys. I hope you like this video, and I will try to integrate this guy into more videos, but it's very hard. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it on camera until I get a digital oscilloscope. Because the thing is, this thing is like 1.5 feet deep in this direction. And I usually shoot from, top down. So I can't really, move this in a way that you can see. The problem with these old analog scopes is that they have a CRT monitor in them. And this CRT is like the length of the body here. So when I get a digital one, we're going to do more scope things. But until then, I have this to play around with. And play around I shall. Hope you found this informative, and once again, thanks for watching.